He
was
5 or
six?
Yeah.
Six,
But
so-
it just makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
You're financially secure. You got the chance to hit home runs, and if you don't like your situation, chance at flexibility. And
Yeah. And if there's a chance that he just wants to do this once and he pictures a place where he could be with his family for the next
the new
8
family
years.
thing helps that.
The new family, does he want to uproot? Does he want to go through the whole thing over again, anywhere between 2 and 4 years, and pick up the family? And he just went through a scenario of playing out his option. I can't believe for 1 second it was an easy situation to go through all year. I could easily see him saying, I don't want that again. In what, 36 months? Right? No, thank you. So if that's the case and he wants to go max, which is 7 now, then I think it makes a lot of sense for teams to go back to the Leafs and say, okay, what can we do? We want the 8th year. We want to bring our AAV down. What can we do? So that's the situation with Marner that I could see easily happening.
And if you're a team who is going to spend to land Marner in free agency, you want it to be 8 years. Like he's 27, is he? Is that right?
Yes.
28? Like you want all the years you can get. I'll just ask you what I'm thinking of when we say this. The Vegas Golden Knights have to move money to make room. Petrangelo's LTIR.
Yes.
Could the Leafs say, you don't like that William Karlsson contract anymore? He's making 5.9.
I have William Karlsson on the board. Timo Meyer's another name that's being thrown out there as well.
Really?
He's a little higher at 6.75. But
Really?
a lot of these guys that I have on the list, they're in the 5 million kind of range, which is 3 to 5, 3 to 6, 6.5. And they are easy contracts to move. So in saying that, they're definitely committed to Jack Eichel. But outside of that, if they could move one of those centermen in Karlsson or Timo.
Did you mean from Vegas? Did you mean
from
Hurdle?
Vegas. Oh, sorry, Hurdle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
Jersey.
It's okay.
Hurdle makes
Timo's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Hurdle
makes
at 6.75. Yeah, Hurdle.
2030.
So Hurdle or Karlsson, if they can move that type of money out, then it kind of opens it up for Mitch Marner, and there's going to be another move as well.
So, further than them.
Yeah, Petrangelo, guys, he ain't coming back for a very long time, and there's serious concerns about his future, and even potentially playing again.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any insight? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I
you
can
don't have to
I can
speculate.
speculate. I can speculate, but there's some that are telling me that there's a hip issue, and we've seen so many others in situations where it's shut them down completely, and then there's other ones where they're hanging on. Pat Kane is a good example of that.
Yeah.
I don't know where Petrangelo would be if we are talking about a similar type of injury.
So I wrote an article for Sportsnet, a week or two ago, where I said that the Leafs would have to get creative in the offseason because you look at the list of UFAs out there and the solution is not there for them. There is no answer. This, what you're talking about, Karlsson, but much more Tomas Hurdle, is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Hurdle is 6'3", 220. He scored 33 times last year. He's going to make under $7 million. He's 31. So he's a little older, but he just had a good year. He's big, he's good.
The Leafs' primary focus right now is a top winger and a number 2 centerman.
If they get Hurdle, that Tavares thing changes.
That doesn't include Tavares.
Right.
They're looking for a number 2 centerman, which means that they're not slotting Tavares in next year at number 2. So what does that mean?
Which is, in all of our opinions, I think, the right decision to be making.
You're not winning a cup with Tavares as your 2 seed.
Correct.
Now, that's not to say that there isn't a place for Tavares moving forward if you want him.
But there's not at the dollars, apparently. There's a place for him on the team for sure.
That's the dilemma.
For sure, there's a place. If he's your 3C, they love what you get out of him, right? You would love it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to pay your 3C $6 million.
So allow me to ask the stupid question here. The Marner Hurdle / Carlson thing, is that all part of the same thing? Would that be like a sign and trade thing?
If you're Brad Treliving, you're certainly trying that.
Okay.
Like,
But,
there's
I mean,
such
it
a
seems-
shortage of centermen out there, guys. That's why people think that there's a $10 million offer for Sam Bennett out there if he wants to leave Florida.
Yeah.
That's how high in demand these guys are. And, you know, to the agents of John Tavares, Pat Brisson, if I'm not mistaken,
Correct.
he knows that there might be 6 out there for him or 7 at 38 goals.
Sure.
And really not much of a difference between him and Stamkos outside of whatever you perceive as being successful is that there might be a market out there that isn't reflective of how Tampa felt about Stamkos or how Toronto feels about Tavares. But it's out there.
Yeah.
Does he want to go? How badly does he want to stay?
So if I'm Kelly McCrimmon, I don't think, I mean, if he wants to sign there anyway, Marner wants to sign in Vegas, what leverage does Brad Treliving have trying to get one of their 2 centers out of there in I guess it's just a salary cap?
Vegas
it's
has
just
to
the
move
cap?
money. That helps.
Yeah,
But there's not another team that's
too
gonna
good.
give you-
No,
yeah.
they're too good, and there's too much value in them. So
Some other team would give you something
first
for Hurdle.
rounders,
Yes.
So it's
top
right?
Yeah.
prospects.
Yeah.
And this is where, unfortunately, the Leafs are in a little bit of a pickle here, is that they don't have any first rounders in the next, 3 years?
Not many prospects either, Ken.
Not many prospects. And what else can I give you? And others can.
Yeah.
So it's a tough spot.
Well, that's the spot they're working from this offseason. It would be a challenge, but they're going to have to find creative ways like this. That would be a gift to them. If, in fact, Marner was like, yeah, I want to do an 8-year deal in Vegas, which I get. Vegas, apparently, my dad lived there for years coaching and loved it. It's a good place to be.
So you mentioned top wingers. One of the top wingers in the market. Been a lot of smoke from you about the Brad Marchand situation here.
Hey, listen, there's a lot of smoke, but not a blazing fire like
Biz
Biz
just looked at-
Nasty.
Yeah,
do you
Biz.
do?
Oh, he says it's done.
This is done. 4 years, $9 million per year. He said that today.
Oh,
Yeah.
what, to the Leafs?
I didn't go that far.
He said it was done. He said, Biz Nasty said it was done.
Agreed upon.
Agreed upon.
Oh, what?
Yes.
No.
So, and I said it last week. And the feeling was last week that no one was willing to go that high. I'm starting to hear that there's teams now that are totally jumping on board with this guy, and that teams are will be surprised if in fact he leaves and where this thing goes.
If the Leafs media market is in fact